Baby is born without arms and is abandoned by his parents. At first glance, this toddler might look like she's playing with her food, but no, that's just how she eats. Born without arms, this inspirational video of the baby feeding herself with her feet have gone viral all over the web and moved many to tears. Give a spoon and a bowl of food to most toddlers and mayhem will almost certainly ensue. But this little girl can feed herself just fine, and the most amazing thing is that she does it using her feet. Little Vasilina was born without arms, but she hasn't let this stop her from doing what most kids can't even do with their hands. The video was recently shared on Facebook by her mother, Elmira Knudsen, and it's since been viewed more than 62 million times. According to Distractify, the footage had been viewed more than 57 million times in just 1 week of its release. According to Zocme, Elmira Knudsen posted the footage of her daughter, Vasilina, scooping food from a bowl using a fork wedged between her toes. The Russian mom had posted the footage to Facebook for friends and family, but had been flooded with messages of support ever since. The toddler is seen making a few attempts to bring the food towards her mouth, but eventually manages to place the potato in her mouth after carefully adjusting the fork with her toes. Little Vasilina might not have succeeded the first time, but that didn't stop her from trying again. This episode has showed the world that anything is possible if you try your best. Marianne and Hendrik Strauss were excited to become parents when they learned Marianne was pregnant, but they've received distressing news at their first ultrasound. When Marianne was only 13 weeks along, the couple learned their baby was developing without arms, and doctors allegedly advised them to abort the baby. They told the New York Post. The Strausses understood that raising a baby born without those limbs would be challenging, but they also knew they wanted to embrace and meet their baby boy, so they did. It's estimated that 1 in every 1,900 babies is born with a limb reduction defect in the U.S., according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which can affect development, motor skills, and daily activities. A specialist told them not aborting would be selfish. The Strausses were thrilled to become parents, but received the difficult news that their baby was not developing arms at the end of the first trimester. Marianne shared what their specialist told them. The words of my specialist kept running through my head. You're selfish if you don't abort. You must think of the child. He'll never be able to have a normal quality of life, she said, per the New York Post. Despite the specialist's advice, Marianne gave birth to her son, Andre, in June of 2022, but admitted those first few months were difficult. We cried because it was such a beautiful moment. Then the big dark depression hit me, the news outlet reported. I thought, why us? Why our child? You can pray and you ask for a healthy child, but then this happens. But if I had to choose today, I would take him just like that, again, without arms, she said. Their baby boy was born with several additional complications as well, but it's not slowing him down. In addition to being born without arms, Andre was born without a fibula and had a foot turned inward that required a cast. And he can only drink 30 milliliters of milk in one sitting because of his stomach not growing typically, according to the Post. In spite of all these complications, he doesn't appear to have been slowed down by them, as evidenced by a video his mom posted of him on TikTok. Marianne captioned the video, "Disability does not define your ability." Andre is seen shuffling on his bottom, using his legs and dancing along to a song. It's okay to not fit society's standard of normal, the couple says. Although Marianne and Hendrik admit being concerned for their son, they share that they were overjoyed when he started showing signs of mobility around 3 months old, per the Post. When Andre was 3 months old, he taught himself to roll from place to place, and it was like a cloud lifted. I realized my child was okay. Then I was okay, and the depression went away, Marianne said. Hendrik added that his little boy is able to get around on his own. If he wants to get to a toy on the other side of the room, he moves or he pulls his little legs under him and pushes himself forward, he said, per the Post. The couple explained they may look into prosthetics as their son grows older, but want people to know it's okay if they don't fit into society's expectations of normal. Andre is the greatest gift we could have received, Marianne added. People are divided over the parent's choice. Readers commenting on the Post story were conflicted over the parent's decision. The decision to terminate a pregnancy or not, and the choice to choose parenthood, even in light of difficult news, is a personal one and belongs solely to the parents. People were not shy, however, about sharing their views on the Strausses' decision. Some readers celebrated the parents' choice, while others don't understand it. The parents don't have to live life without arms, one person wrote. The kid does, though. Selfish parents. Another commented, that was your choice. That is what pro-choice is all about. A woman controls her body, and her decisions are hers and hers alone. OMG, doctors are supposed to first do no harm. So much for that. You've done right by not listening to a doctor that, in my opinion, should have had his license taken away, someone else commented. Your baby's only flaw was no arms. So that makes him less in that awful doctor's eyes? Thank God you chose correctly. The love and care you've done will be returned by the lovely life you gave this world. Yay!